Hey everybody, I'm going to give you a special edition review here. It's a little bit late. I've had like a bottle of wine, but you know what? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It makes perfect sense. We are here to review a new friend of mine's movie that will be playing at the Tromadance Film Festival in 2022 on July 17th, world premiere of this film up at the Mahoning Drive in Lehighton, Pennsylvania, site of the famous first year of the Joe Bob's Jamboree. So I do need to do some qualifications up front, but let me go ahead and tell you that we are here to review a movie that is definitely not for everybody. But if you're a Troma fan, you're probably going to have a good time. We're here to talk about Rives Elliot's Secrets of Cuck Island. Some of you are going to think I'm the perfect person to review this. It's late. I want to clarify just real quick. I really should have looked at that first. I feel so awful that I screwed this up right at the beginning. But you know, I mean, this is how I do my reviews now. Yeah, The Secret, I actually had it right the first time. So, again, you know, went to year 2 of the Jamboree, got to meet more of the people on the production staff, and Rives is one of them, and he's an awesome dude. And John Bergio, I want to say. I may have that pronounced wrong. Let me get it right here. Or at least the name, yeah, Bergio. I'm terribly sorry, I don't know the exact pronunciation. I will learn it, but apparently very cool people, and this movie is full of Troma alumni, and obviously some very obvious Troma people, plus Jimmy Adamson for the drummer from John Brennan and the Big Heat. So obviously I'm a little bit biased here. I'm a lifelong Troma fan. This is not a Troma movie per se, it's just it hasn't like been picked up by Troma, but it is going to Tromadance. It feels very Troma, and it's full of familiar Troma faces, and it's definitely out there. I definitely had a blast with it. Obviously I'm going to be a little biased because I know the people. I'm a longtime Troma fan, and I don't know why, but my camera just totally cut out on me. So, you know, I'm just back from the Jamboree is what I was saying, and it's still very much on that vibe, that high of Mutant Family. All right, so if you know Troma, you know kind of modern Troma especially, it's very gross. There's a lot of sexuality. You're going to see some real peen in here. You're going to see a little more than maybe you want to of our star. I definitely had a moment of, okay, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need to see that. I'm good. Is that scene over yet? Thank you. I really didn't need that, but I appreciate it because, you know, it's the kind of shit Troma is known for. I think Rives did some real fun stuff here. I wasn't expecting this. I went in very blind. I wasn't expecting this to be like a found footage film, which I'm also a fan of, so that definitely added to my appreciation of this. And I just want to remind you that most of the people on my channel, this is not going to be for you, but maybe 1 or 2 of you are going to get excited about this, and I'm glad I can help spread the word, because this is definitely more on the more extreme side of my filmmaking tastes, because there's some pretty gross and disturbing and messed up stuff, and it can, you know, this is like barely, no budget, it feels good, like it looks good, it sounds good, you can hear everything, you know, some effects are obviously very Troma cheesy as they're supposed to be, but yeah, no, I definitely laughed out loud. I was in the right mood for this movie when I watched it, and you know, there's a bunch of laugh out loud moments and big smile on my face in a lot of it. Never really dull moment. I mean, there was maybe one little section, I can't remember exactly where, plus I don't really want to spoil too much about this, but maybe it dragged a little if I'm going to be uber critical of anything. But I mean, we're talking like a little bit. And for a film like this to be as solid as it is, I don't know if this is Rives' first film or not, but you know, it's very well done. I can't imagine this not getting picked up, at least for the Troma Now app. If it gets a Blu-ray release, I would be definitely into checking that out. It's definitely something I could watch again. Our star is very, very entertaining in here. He's very charming. The comedy lands most of the time. You get some fun cameos. I don't really want to spoil that for people. Some should be obviously expected. Some are like, oh yeah, hell yeah, especially if you're a Troma lifer, you know. Because I know I was a kid when I started with Toxic Avenger, like in the very early 80s, shortly after it came out in the video store. I mean, we're talking like I was maybe 8 when Toxic Avenger came out and I first saw it, you know, but so... yeah, what else do I want to tell you about it? Because it's hard to tell you about this film without giving stuff away, but I don't want to give stuff away. It is almost, I think it's kind of brilliant the way it works. It's a series of almost vignettes. It is all one big story. It all comes around, but it does kind of go through like this section with these characters, this section with these characters, this section with these characters. There's some very realistic situations for setups of things, and of course very non-realistic, but in that Troma universe kind of feel enjoyable stuff going on in here too. Crazy characters, pretty solid camera work for something that, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't I could be wrong. I don't think it was actually shot on a cell phone. Parts of it might have been. There's definitely one shot that, you know, from a filmmaker perspective, maybe most people won't notice, but it was shot on a GoPro. And it's not a negative, because I love these kinds of movies. They're crazy, they're out there, but I come from the drive-in universe kind of world, the exploitation, grindhousey stuff. I've loved that my whole life. You know, I'm a lifelong Troma fan. I've had Lloyd Kaufman in my house to film in movies. I've been in movies with Troma people. I've always kind of wanted to be in a Troma movie. And again, I hate to keep saying Troma, but this is very Troma movie, and it's premiering at Tromadance. And listen, if you're going to Tromadance, you're going to have a good time. I can't imagine this won't get picked up by them in some form. And if it does, and you like that stuff, check it out. Reeves is an awesome guy. I'm sure I'm hopefully going to meet, and Jimmy Adamson, of course, is a buddy, you know, from the Big V. He's an awesome dude too. And yeah, I just want to make sure I can get a little extra word out there. Like I said, even if I can get one person excited for it, which I can't imagine, you know, that I wouldn't do that, then I've done my job. And I really appreciate that Reeves sent me a screener to check it out. It's not sponsored or anything, but he sent me a screener link. Hit me up, is like, hey man, would you be interested in reviewing a movie that has a bunch of Troma people in it? I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Because he's a super cool guy. And then also, I was in the mood, and then I was pleasantly surprised I don't have to like stretch to kind of bullshit or anything, you know, because I will always be honest with you, but I do try to always find something good in a movie. And there's not really any negatives I see here outside of if you're not into this kind of thing. If I was looking at this like a mainstream movie, which it wasn't at all pretending or trying to be, yeah, there's plenty you could gripe on, but for what it's trying to be, I think it fucking nailed it, and I had a great time with it, and it's something I would definitely watch again. And yeah, I'm sure I will laugh at it, a lot of the jokes in there every single time. So that's my thoughts on Rives Elliot, The Secret of Cuck Island, starring John Bergio? Sorry, I didn't quite catch the name, and I'm shit with names, so I'm kind of proud I'm getting it as good as I'm getting it. So check that out. Let me know if you do see it at the Mahoning. Let me know if you ever see it. And again, if you're a Troma person, let me know what you think about it, because I don't think if that's not your taste, you're not going to like it. I know I keep saying the same thing, but I just want to be clear. And yeah, other than that, click the thumbs up button. Give me the good old thumb of encouragement. Remember, I can't do this one-handed. That's a horrible angle for me. Let's go like this. I'm just going to have to do it one-handed. We will get through this. We will get through this. Together? I don't know. That's the part, like, the two hands together is what makes together. All right, check out my music anywhere you listen to music. Right now it's 90s style pop punk. John Brennan calls my 2012 album a great punk album. Seeing him say that in person is a whole other thing, because you see he means it, and wow. And I've got a bunch of other stuff out, more stuff coming, and some other styles coming eventually. So look up EricButts anywhere you listen to music, Spotify, iTunes, whatever. And check out a couple songs, see what you think. Or you can check out other music I do and some filmmaking stuff I do on my out-of-date website. And I'm making more films next year, for sure. At least a short film. We'll see what else we get to. So check that website out, TheEricButts.com. Find out more about what I do outside of this YouTube-sphere, now that I'm getting back to doing more of that. So, what else do I say here? And you can get more content and more stuff for fun to check out by checking the links in the description below. So click that see more button to see more butts. And the last thing I'll say is I did think, like, man, if this wasn't premiering in 2 days, I was like, oh, I wish I had known him and seen this sooner, because I had a really cool idea for how to play off my silly crying Star Wars thing, which, if you don't know me, it was real, but I mean, I recognize it's silly. I don't care. I'm still proud of it. But we could have played off my reaction stuff, and I think that would have been a really fun post-credit tease to pull out and have me reacting to his movie in a particular costume. Who knows? Anyways, just throwing that out there. Okay, I gotta go. It's late. I meant to do this a little bit earlier. I apologize. Check it out. Let me know about the Tromadance. I'll see you all later.